And then the Steelers took their third loss, which was really surprising. They played the Cincinnati Bengals with is his name Ryan Finley?
Correct.
He led them. I believe he played a turnover-free football game and led them to a 27-17 victory over the were 11-2 Steelers, now 11-3. That was a scary loss. Like, I know I've probably said this the last 5 shows. Like, I would be terrified to be a Steelers fan right now.
Yeah.
All your weaknesses are out there. And this week they play the Colts. It's looking at 4 losses, and then the week after they play the Browns. This could be 5 straight losses to end the season, and they might not even win the division.
So I'm going to add on to you that. So the Steelers kind of brought it up themselves where they're starting to play real contender teams, and they're not really focusing on what's in the future. Because with the first off, they lost to the Buffalo Bills. That was probably the first team they've actually played that was good. And I knew they were not going to win that game. And then they played who they play after the Bills?
Cincy.
No, they had one in between they lost.
No, they lost to us, they lost to Buffalo, and they lost to Cincy.
Yes, okay. So they underestimated you guys. And then they underestimated the Bills. And the Bills just blew them out. Then they came into Cincy, Juju Smith-Schuster, like Corvette having himself. Was jumping on the Bengals B in the middle of the field. And I mean, Juju had negative yards, man, in the game. Negative yards. How bad?
And he fumbled. He got rocked.
Be a starting wide receiver and have negative yards in the whole game.
Funny stat I want to tell you. Juju has more TikToks made than receiving yards in a single game this year. He has 95 TikToks. And his most receiving yards in a single game is 93.
Now, I'm going to add that too. Chase Claypool is the same way. Claypool is the same way. He has 75 TikToks and 73 receptions.
Now, that's not a stat you want to have going around the internet. And, man, the internet, Twitter has all been on their ass especially since they lost 3 in a row. But Mike Tomlin did talk to Juju. He told him that he wants him to stop. I saw an interesting tweet from Jerry Jeudy, though. Jerry Jeudy tweeted out that nobody was saying anything about Juju dancing on the logo when they were 11-0, but now that they're lost 3 in a row, that's the reason they're losing, which I kind of agree with. He's been doing it all year. Obviously, it's a distraction. And the media's kind of using that as a reason, like they're not even focused on football. But I'm kind of glad they stopped because they're getting a little old and a little cringe. But, hey, hopefully this helps the Steelers refocus and get a big win in Indianapolis. I don't know.
I mean, Logan, I'm going to tell you something, right? So the problem is if Pittsburgh already clinched the playoff spot, so if Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Miami wins all the rest of their games, Pittsburgh will fall to number 7 and play at Buffalo in the wild card round.
That's an L right there. Are the Dolphins 9-5?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they could then. That's crazy. The Dolphins are the 7th spot too. Huh?
Correct.
Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, we're gonna look at the playoff standings and see where everybody is. But that's crazy. The Steelers could really fall all the way down to that 7th spot. That's ridiculous.